I was halfway down a hill on my bike. I remember it kind of occurred to me I was going a bit fast. Next thing that occurred to me was a bus. Then I'm in hospital. They're breaking the news to me about my place on the school football team. I was really brave about total paralysis for the first 8 seconds. I was even thinking of a brave little joke while the doctor was giving me my chat. Doctor, I was about to say. Not another word on paralysis. I'm up to here with paralysis. And I'd point to my neck. Except, of course, I couldn't.
She's from Acton. There's a Acton prep uniform. Now, once a month, every month, this girl comes all the way to town, goes to the foot of the high flats and draws the outline of this body. Now, it's the same flats and it's the same outline every time. Nobody knows who she is or why she's doing it. I say we should follow this up. I think it's a story.
Can I ask a question?
Of course.
Why are you asking so many questions?
I'm building up to the big one. I want to interview you for the adult paper. I want to do a feature on you.
Why?
Well, because I think people would be interested.
Why?
Well, because of the problems you face, the special difficulties.
What's interesting about that?
Well, you're a tetraplegic, completely paralysed.
Hell no. I'm just real laid back.
Am I saying something I shouldn't?
Chalk outline, like they draw around the body in detective films.
See, that's what got me thinking. I mean, maybe something happened at High Point, like an accident.
A death?
Dead right.
Why did the tetraplegic cross the road?
Pardon?
Come on, it's a joke. Why did the tetraplegic cross the road?
I don't know.
He was pushed. Why did he cross back again?
Look,
He was pushed. How'd you get 4 tetraplegics into a Mini?
Billy!
You pushed them. Getting the point?
No, I don't think I am.
I just gave you a day in the life of the completely paralysed. How'd you write that up to sound like fun?
So, a 15-year-old kid takes a scenic route to the ground. Is that a reason to draw pictures on a sidewalk?
I'm pretty certain it's her reason. I mean, it's 2 years since the accident happened, and that's how long she's been doing her drawings.
Yeah, but why does she do it? I mean, what's the point?
It's interesting. The boy didn't live at the flats.
That's putting it mildly.
So, he just got into the building, then out on the roof somehow, and fell from there. And did you see this? There was an old guy who actually saw him fall past the window.
Yeah, that's the only fix they have of the time of death. Nobody else saw it happen.
Other than that, it doesn't tell you much, does it? I mean, who was he? Was it an accident? Was it suicide?
Was he protesting for an outside elevator?
Did they do a follow-up story?
Well, see, no, that's the really strange thing. No, they didn't. And I looked through every edition for the rest of the year, and all I came up with was like 3 lines confirming that it was an accident. Now, I'd say this was a big story, but it was just dropped.
I'm sure there's a perfectly simple explanation.
Oh, and is there a perfectly simple explanation for a girl who draws bodies on concrete?
What's your point?
Well, look, I think this is a good story. Why not let me follow it up?
You haven't sold me on it yet, Kenny. But if you want to make a start on it, I suggest the other side of the newsroom.
Why, what's over there?
Inside information?
Can I take my feet out of my mouth and say I'm sorry?
You'll get over it. I won't.
See you, Billy.
Yeah, see ya. Hey. Hey. Did you hear the one about the tetraplegic who flew around the world solo?
No?
Neither did I.
Chrissy, I need a favour. Do you keep your old notebooks?
What?
Well, you covered a story 2 years ago. I just need some more information on it.
Yes, I've got notes going back 10 years. Come over sometime. I'll see if I can help you.
Maybe you remember it. It was about a boy who fell off the High Point tower block.
High Point?
You do remember?
Yeah, I do. Actually, Kenny, I don't think I can help you.
What?
Sorry.
You said you had notes going back 10 years.
I think I forgot to keep them that time.
And 2 years later, you remembered that you forgot.
Sorry.
Did you see that? Did you see that?
Maybe she did just forget.
Yeah, or maybe there's just something a little bit funny about this story.
All the best stories start dull, and this one's too interesting to be interesting. But yes, you can follow it up.
Spike, I've got the go-ahead.
Oh, great. You know, Kenny, if a guy falls 12 stories, I'd have thought he'd be more spread out.
Artistic license?
Yeah, maybe. But it's insane. I mean, how come he's just lying there like that, pointing?
Yeah, well, maybe he isn't pointing. And maybe she is. Linda, I'm just off the High Point for a bit.
What?
I won't be long.
He's really got the bug for this one.
Well, she looks like she's worth getting the bug for.
I rather doubt that's the reason, actually, Spike.
Oh, well, you don't have to be jealous of a girl I've never even met, do you?
Of course I'm jealous, Spike. I wish I was a girl you'd never even met.
She's so crazy about me. It's just embarrassing.
Is this your shop? You don't happen to know anything about a girl who draws on pavements, do you? He just turned around, he marched back into the shop and just slammed the door on me.
He didn't say anything?
Oh, he just gave me a look that'd pop your acne.
Strange. Is that why you brought me here, just to tell me that?
No, the caretaker let me up on the roof. Do you want to see the scene of the crime?
Crime?
Whatever happened to that guy, Linda, it was no accident.
How can you be so sure?
I'll show you.
I mean, why not an accident? People have accidents.
Yeah, well, sure they do, but they don't usually take a run and jump at them.
Well, you could climb up on it, drop over.
What, by accident?
So what are you saying? It was suicide?
But there's a window on the staircase below. If it was suicide, he'd have jumped out of that. Why strain your back getting up on these things?
Yeah, right. Who'd want to be dead with a strained back?
Oh, come on, Linda, think about it. There's an accident that couldn't have been. Newspaper reports that should have been but never were. A girl who draws bodies once a month in the street outside. And a dead guy's finger pointing at the shop where they slam the door if you ask questions. Linda, I've got to keep checking I'm not in a film. We've got to follow it up.
But how do we follow it up? You've been trying and no one will talk to you.
Yeah, well, I just haven't tried the right person yet.
And who is the right person?
Well, who else? I'm Acton Pavement Artist.
Kenny, even supposing you could find her, why should she tell you anything?
Yeah, well, I wouldn't go right in asking her. I'd get chatting first.
How?
Think of something.
Kenny, you don't know who she is, where she lives, anything.
Yeah, true, but I know where she's going to be on the 12th of next month. Thanks, Danny. Great. She's on her way.
Excuse me, you on the bench?
Hi.
How you doing?
How's it going?
Got a little smile?
Hey, come on, smile.
Just for me and my friends.
Hey,
Can you hear us?
hello.
How you doing?
Hey, over here. Come on. Hi. It's a nice hat, huh?
This thing is connected, isn't it?
It's connected.
Have you tried ringing out? There might be a problem on the line.
There isn't a problem on the line.
Has that ringer thing turned up?
It's turned up.
Why hasn't she phoned?
Kenny, stop pacing. She'll phone. You did leave the number in the bag, didn't you?
Of course I left the number in the bag. Look, just relax, will you?
Kenny, sit down. Take a deep breath. I've never seen you so worked up.
Fine.
Why didn't you wait at home? That's where she's phoning.
Look, she phones there, my mum phones here, I've told you.
I know, it still doesn't make any sense.
Well, talk to my mum. She wanted me out of the house. She said I was making her nervous.
I can't imagine why.
Oh, listen to her. Linda Day, stable human being of the year.
Come on, Kenny, there's no call for that.
No call for it. I've been trying to keep the lid on the head of this girl since I was 5 years old, and now she tells me I'm worked up.
Don't exaggerate.
For 12 years, I've been walking behind her, picking shrapnel out of people.
He's exaggerating. He always exaggerates about everything.
Look, listen, you two.
Oh, exaggerating, am I? OK. 10 years ago, school sports day.
Oh, here we go.
Linda Day is 6 years old.
I can't believe you're bringing this up again.
Do you know what she does?
Apart from winning every event.
Except one.
That was badly adjudicated. It was a travesty of justice.
Linda, it was the egg and spoon race.
Yeah, and I was a clear 2 inches ahead of Susie Bennett. Travis was blind.
Travis was our teacher, and he was blind, with tears of agony about 2 seconds later.
Oh, I can't believe you're stooping this low.
Right, there he was, with Linda hanging from his leg by her teeth.
This is pathetic, isn't it?
It's true, you ran straight up to him and sank your teeth into his leg.
Kenny?
You're exaggerating again.
He was all over the playing fields trying to shake you off.
Oh, rubbish.
Saw him in the street the other day. He still walks with a limp.
Hello, Junior Gazette? Yes, he's here, Mrs. Phillips. Hang on. Kenny's your mum.
Hi, Mum. She phoned. Great. Right. All right, thanks, Mum. I'll see you later. Jenny Elliott's phone number.
Great.
And did you see the size of the egg they gave me? I mean, can you call that fair?
Linda, I got the number.
It was enormous. It was the biggest egg I'd ever seen. I could hardly keep it on the spoon.
Yeah, there was no reason to force it down Susie Bennett's throat.
Shouldn't we just be getting on with the phone call?
Yeah, you're right.
What's wrong?
Well, what should I say?
Just what you planned. You've got each other's bags arranged to meet and swap.
I know, but what should I say?
What's the problem? She's expecting you to phone, so phone her.
Yeah, I know, but it's a bit embarrassing.
Kenny, just do it. I'm sure you've phoned girls before.
He hasn't, you know.
Oh, shut up, Linda.
The only girl he's ever been out with, I had to ask her.
Can you believe how childish she is?
It was Ruth Simpson, wasn't it? I had to get down on my knees to that girl.
Yeah, a lot of good you did too.
I persuaded her.
Yeah, right, go out with Kenny Phillips, Ruth, he's dying.
Oh, I thought the sympathy angle was my best bet.
She spent the entire evening crying on my shoulder and telling me how brave I was. I was petrified. I kept wondering what she was going to do to me.
Yeah, well, you should have asked her yourself. That's your trouble, Kenny. You can't do anything for yourself. Whatever it is, you need me with you.
Oh, yeah?
Absolutely. You can't even make a phone call on your own.
Can't I?
Obviously not.
Right.
This should be good.
It will be.
I can't miss this.
You better not.
At long last, Kenny Phillips goes solo.
Yeah, so watch it.
Hi.
So, I'm Kenny Phillips.
I know, I phoned you.
All right, yeah. And you're Jenny Elliott.
Still, yes?
Look, I'm sorry to drag you all the way up here. I could have gone to Macton just as easily.
Now it tells me.
But on the phone you said
It's
that...
okay, I'm joking. It's a lucky thing you left your phone number in your bag. It's almost like you were expecting to lose it.
No,
Relax. I thought it was very clever of you. And flattering. No one's ever wanted to meet you so badly before.
I didn't want to meet you. I mean, I didn't want not to meet you.
Either way, you got as far as buying me a coffee.
I haven't bought you a coffee.
I noticed.
I'm sorry. Sit down. Excuse me.
Hi, Kenny.
Hi, Maria. This is Maria.
Hi.
And Maria, this is...
Jenny. Still.
Maria works as a waitress here.
Really?
Sorry. Coke for me, please. And...
Coffee.
Coffee. Straw with a Coke?
No.
Usually have a straw.
No straw, thanks.
Usually has a straw.
I don't want a straw.
No straw.
Thank you.
I've got those bendy ones.
No. Please.
All right.
Did you hear the one about the tetraplegic juggler?
I think I'm about to.
He was lousy. Kept dropping the tetraplegics.
Oh, please. Did you invite me over just to tell me that?
Been doing some thinking. And if you're still on for that interview, I am too.
Glad to hear it. Well, We get started right away if that's okay with you.
I cancel my skydiving. Now, how did the tetraplegic get back to his desk?
He was pushed.
She's gone for it. Right, now remember, she always keeps her old notebooks in the bottom drawer of her desk. If anyone asks what you're doing, just say she sent you to get something. Get moving.
No, I can't help thinking I've seen you somewhere before.
The station?
No, not there. Have you ever been up near the High Point Flats?
You could have seen me there, yeah.
Drawing, maybe.
I'm a pavement artist.
Don't you have pavements in Macton?
What is this? Coffee and an interrogation?
Sorry, I was just trying to make conversation.
Would it help if you pointed a light in my face?
Sorry, I didn't mean to...
Well, you did. I'm sorry. Just picked a bad subject.
Yeah, I'm sorry, you know, I was only...
Yeah, I know. Forget it. It was deliberate, though, wasn't it? Switching the bags.
No, not at all.
It's okay. Really. It's quite nice, in fact. How much longer?
We'll have everything relevant copied in another half an hour. By the way, the name of the dead boy, Michael Elliott.
Elliot?
As in Jenny Elliott's brother. That might explain why she turned pavement artist.
Linda, you got a moment?
Yeah, sure. What?
So I've been doing some thinking. The only evidence for the time of death was the old man who saw the boy Elliot fall, right?
Yeah.
Suppose he didn't see him at all. Suppose he just made it up for a bit of excitement, or imagined it or something.
What put that idea in your head?
Well, it's the position of the body. The only windows he could have fallen past would be on the stairwell.
So? Maybe the old man was on the stairs when he saw him fall.
Yeah, well, that's what he says in Chris's notes. He said he was on his way back to his flat and he'd been out.
Well then.
Linda, why is an old man going back up to a 12-storey flat by the stairs?
Instead of the lift? Of course. Check it out, you could be onto something. Could have just spoken to me at the station, you know.
Or I could have followed you home.
Yeah. Maybe Mum would have let me keep you. She goes for the cute type.
Cute?
The teddy bear look.
You think I look like a teddy bear?
What's wrong with that?
Well, I always thought I was more like, you know, mean and moody.
Mean, moody, and a bit of a teddy bear.
Thank you. No, really, thank you. You've been a great help, honestly. Bye-bye.
Well?
He did remember why he took the stairs, but I don't think it's going to make any headlines. He got out of the lift on the 8th floor because, hold the front page, it smelled.
It smelled?
Like a cleaning lady's bucket, he said, really strong. There was a cleaning lady round at the time, it adds up.
To nothing. I always said the best stories start dull.
Have you really got to go now?
I'm late already. And after all the trouble you spent in getting me here, sorry.
Maybe we could,
There's a good film coming to Macton I wouldn't mind seeing.
What film?
No idea.
All right. Well, maybe we could go and see the film, you know.
Together?
Well, if you think that's a good idea.
Well, we could go separately, but together saves on popcorn. How about Tuesday night? Is Tuesday good for you?
It's getting that way.
Come by my house about 7, you know the address. I'll see you then.
All right, see you Tuesday.
Yeah, well, that was great, Kenny. You really grilled her, didn't you?
She had a ton of information in her notebooks. It just doesn't make sense that the story was dropped. No follow-up.
Did she say anything about the shop? Peter's Market?
Nothing.
So we still don't know why Jenny Elliott draws out her brother's body on the cement.
We don't even know for certain it is her brother. Could be a cousin or something.
And we don't know how Michael Elliott actually came to fall, or what the connection is with Peter's Market, or why the Gazette didn't keep with the story. We don't even know why Chrissy lied about losing her notes. To date, our first attempt at investigative journalism has established one fact. 2 years ago, on the 12th of September, there was a smelly lift. Where's Kenny?
See, the thing is, it's not any fun now. I mean, at first it was like a mystery to solve, you know, it was exciting, but now I just feel like I'm poking my nose into somebody's personal business, and I'm lying to her. I just feel like a total rat.
Everyone feels that way sometimes.
Yeah?
Sure. The number of times I've felt you're a total rat.
The one she gave you. Talk about clutching at
I
straws.
happen to like straws.
Sucker. Anyhow, the news seems stuck and Linda says you got to help.
Headline, rat returns to sinking ship.
Come in, Billy.
No, thanks.
This is the big one. We're going to solve the mystery, right?
Oh, no. Trouble is, I don't see why it's any of our business.
So the only thing we can do now is some interviews at High Point. Where were you?
Just talking to Billy.
Kenny, this is your story.
Actually, it's Jenny Elliott's story.
Well, perhaps if you spent a little time questioning her instead of just gazing into her eyes...
Yeah, maybe I should have just taken my tape recorder and press badge.
Well, you couldn't have done much worse.
I've had enough of this.
Kenny?
Going home.
Kenny, we've got a story to do.
Yeah, so what?
Why are you getting like this?
Because yesterday I felt like a real hotshot reporter, and today I don't know.
Look, we're just trying to bring something out into the open. It might even do some good.
What good? Sarah, we'd do as much good doing a feature on why that lift smelt like a cleaning lady's bucket.
Kenny?
That's it.
What?
It wasn't an accident, it wasn't suicide.
You know how he died?
Poor Jenny.
You know why he fell? Kenny! You know?
I'm going home.
Kenny, why are you letting this business get to you?
Because this business is none of our business.
Kenny, you know. Why did he fall?
He didn't fall, Linda. He flew.
I don't believe it.
I was there.
But Jenny Elliott's gorgeous.
Yep.
What was his angle? Did he do what I told him?
He did all right without you.
But what did he do?
He didn't do anything. He was just kind of shy and nice.
That works.
Yeah.
Shy and nice? Hey, I could do shy and nice.
No, he wasn't doing it, Spike. He was just being sincere.
Sincere? What a devious guy.
He bought her a coffee, bought himself a Coke. The waitress tried to give him a straw, and I think he blushed.
He blushed. What a killer move.
It wasn't a move, Spike.
And I had him pegged as just a nice guy.
Yeah, he is a nice guy.
Kenny Phillips. What an animal.